Anyone that becomes a federal judge has a commission, and it is signed by the President of the United States. And this one is mine.
The Honorable LaShann DeArcy Hall of New York's Eastern District, granting Pix 11 News the rare opportunity to interview a sitting federal judge. You may have recently heard her name mentioned in the news. She presided over the Jam Master Jay murder trial, which ended last month with a jury finding 2 defendants guilty on all counts.
A motion is pending in my court.
It is a case which she is still not able to discuss in detail.
Obviously, my most recent experience was an experience of a lifetime. I was honored to be able to serve in this role.
But in honor of Women's History Month, Judge DeArcy Hall did agree to a wide-ranging discussion from her chambers at the federal courthouse in Brooklyn, where she enjoys a reputation for the firm yet courteous management of her courtroom.
At the end of the day, I think people want to see that you have command of the room. I think that the lawyers deserve, and as well as the parties, they deserve a judge that's going to come on the bench prepared.
As the first person in her family to go to college, Judge DeArcy Hall's story is one built on a foundation of perseverance and determination.
I grew up under some difficult circumstances. I was raised principally by my mom, who was a young teenage mom. By all accounts, if you looked at the statistics of, the circumstances of my birth and my childhood, I shouldn't be here. A lot of my background wasn't by design, and that's just the truth. This notion that at 15, 16, 20, 25 even, that you have to have it all figured out, I think is just nonsense.
Judge DeArcy Hall did not follow a traditional path to becoming a federal judge. She was raised in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood of Manhattan and attended public high school in the Bronx. Then came a career as a professional dancer, which landed her on MTV, and that was followed by an enlistment in the U.S. Air Force. Looking back at the impressive arc of her own professional journey, she says the greatest gift we can give little boys and girls, including those growing up in underserved communities, is to constantly remind them that no dream is too big or too far out of reach.
If there are little kids who see something in themselves, in my story, I think that's fantastic, because again, my story is about, in some respects, triumph over obstacles.
Judge DeArcy Hall says every chapter of her story, including dance, played an important role in building character.
Which meant I waited a lot of tables. Because that's what you do when you're a struggling artist in New York.
But dance ultimately gave way to a passion for the law.
HU, I am a proud Howard University School of Law graduate.
Trained in the tradition of late Howard Law alum and former Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. After spending 15 years in private practice, Judge DeArcy Hall says she still remembers being first approached with the idea of leaving a lucrative partnership in a white shoe law firm for a presidential lifetime appointment on the federal bench.
If I waited until the day that I felt confident to become a judge to sit on the bench, I wouldn't be here, because I would have never thought that I was ready. I just think that we need to be scared out of our minds the first time we do something, and realize that it is okay. As everybody says, we stand on the shoulders of giants.
How does it feel knowing that there are going to be people who consider you a giant?
Well,
you are the evolution.
Yeah, that I'm not so sure of yet. So you see, I'm blushing at just the idea of that. That one, not so much. I'm working on it. If I can one day achieve that status, then I will have done what I was supposed to do, right? We were all supposed to come here and do our best.
In Brooklyn, Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.